Yo, I just received a request on Instagram, and I was asked to share my experience, my thoughts on cold showers because it seems like I mastered it or whatever. I got it down. I wouldn't say that I mastered it yet. I mean, there's more extremists that are doing it much more than what I'm doing. I'm just plunging in these national parks or cold lakes, cold rivers, and cold showers here in the Pacific Northwest. Yeah, it is much colder up here too when I shower, because when I turn it down, it's like icy water, just pouring icy water, but consistently on your body. Versus like going in California, it's cold, but it's like very tolerable. So, cold showers. Going back to 2014. I remember just waking up in the morning and intuitively, like, my mind just said, take these cold showers. Why? I don't know why. Maybe I was bored, or I plateaued in health and I just wanted to go to the next level. Wait a minute. Maybe I was going to work. I was 6 months in labor and delivery, right? I was, assisting in vaginal and C-section deliveries and working the front desk, admitting and, dealing with all these women. I worked with like 98% women, and that shit was no joke. That shit was stressful. Being the only guy there, and plus, other than labor and delivery, you have mother baby, you got NICU, and then you got, what's the other one? The post care. Anyway, yeah, dealing with the surrounding departments is all women too. So, I mean, they like to test a guy out. Like, really, they fuck with you. So going into work was somewhat stressful. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, it was different from doing like dialysis. When I worked with like men and women, and I had sets of patients. I worked directly with them for hours. So I was very comfortable doing that already. And it was like second nature. But yeah, before going to work, man, I was like, shit, I was dreading it. I remember, because I just felt uncomfortable. I was like, I just don't want to be there. So I just hopped in the cold shower. I said, since I'm uncomfortable already, why not get more uncomfortable, right? And just juice myself up before I go to work. All of this was done intuitively. I didn't research anything on these cold showers. I like I said, I just jumped in there and just went for it. And my first experience was like what we all do when we're cold. We just cringe, and our breath is shallow and it's fast, right? So after several times of doing this, I was like, maybe I'm doing it wrong. So what I experimented on is began to open up. I started just breathing deep down into, my lungs and my stomach, into my guts, and just go opening up the jaw, the mastoid, and because all this is tense right here. Open all that up and breathe deep. And my God, like after a cold session, there's this feelings like I don't give a shit. I feel like shit. I feel like I'm the shit. Nothing can fuck with you. It's like you're unfuckwittable, psychologically now. And you just get this euphoric feeling. It just feels good. It's okay to feel, you just feel strong. And I remember I kept ranting about it, man. I just took a cold shower. I would tell my roommate, I just took a fucking cold shower. I'm so excited. I'm excited to go out. It's Friday night. Let's go. So after weeks of this, I just got the hang of it until I plateaued. Yeah, you can plateau in the shower. I mean, in NorCal, California, during fall, winter time, it was like 40 degrees at the time. Pipes are cold, so it was cold. And then when springtime came around, I was like, okay, I'm not getting any action out of this cold shower anymore. So I started to go to Yosemite National Park, and I went to the waterfall there, and that's like in the mountains there, just fresh spring water flowing, right? And that shit was cold. It was cold, but I still, it was tolerable, and it produced a high. The coldest that I've ever been was here in Washington in the Northern Cascades. We hiked up like, I forgot what, 8,000 miles up, and there was this hidden lake. I think it was called the Hidden Lake Lookout. Man, my little brother, we just jumped in that thing. I don't know why, but there was ice and snow up there already, and that was cold. Well, Oregon water was cold too, but that was the coldest. But I didn't, invest my time to be in that water. I just jumped in like twice and just got out, and boy, it's shocking to the nervous system. It really is. But, after doing all that, it's never the same again. It's like you're kind of like proud of yourself for doing it because you did it and you're alive. I mean, you didn't die, you didn't get sick. So I love it. I try to do it every day, and every day is still a challenge because it's like, you're comfortable, you're in your blanket, and then when you have that thought of, no, you're gonna take a cold shower, your mind's telling you're gonna take a cold shower. It's like, God damn, you gotta fight yourself every day. And it's like, it's a mental challenge, but it's great. Once you do it, you're on the fly. So, talk about the health benefits. I mean, there's a long list of what it can do, and after doing it for so long, I mean, you can keep going up the ladder, and it's beautiful. Like, I used to have hot flashes, as a kid to my teenage years, in my mid-20s. Like, hot flashes? What are you, a woman? Are you an old woman going through PMS or something? It's like, it's not PMS. I mean, it was certain organs and glands that were just low functioning, and, certain channels that weren't open and wasn't allowing, elimination of toxins and sweat that my body wanted to get rid of. And, you kind of just overheat, especially if you're like, you got a bunch of parasites in you, right? They're shitting all over you, and then what's that? Metabolic waste. You're gonna be burning up. Inflammation, right? So I found a way to cool myself down. But before all that, I was already getting into this whole health stuff, but I'm just saying, cold showers just takes it up there. Takes you on a whole nother level. And incorporating that with your daily routine, it's just beautiful, man. It's just beautiful, the effects that it provides. So anyway, number one, sparks your autonomic nervous system, which is your, I would say, adrenal glands, your spark plugs. It wakes up the medulla and the cortex, right? Your sodium, potassium pumps, your hormone productions naturally, opposed to like a toxic stimulant like your Red Bull or your coffee, right? I mean, you go on a high, but you go down. You want something that is consistent throughout the day. You don't want no toxic stimulant. You want to keep going. Stimulation, innervation, stimulation, innervation. You don't want to play like that. And because one day it's just going to go, I'm lazy, just atrophied. Don't want that. So clean your spark plugs out. And just witness a load of goodness and pleasure coming out of your body. Maybe I'll do another video of, the benefits it reaps. Till next time. Take a cold shower.